I know how much you hate E minor, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Where's everybody at? Damn it. 0 people here.
That's fine. Just start it. They don't care.
Attention, 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 attention.
That's really annoying.
Attention.
Next week, an evil space ruler seeks the services of a doctor.
We really got to learn that song.
I guess.
Oh, it's gonna be a big night tonight. Hit that curtain.
We welcome you to Guitar Talk Universe.
Attention, 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 attention.
Okay, that's enough of that.
You like that way too much. All right, E minor, take it away. You want me to do it? Okay, then. I'm just a big tease.
Ah,
I knew it was going to end.
I like that. That was.
It's only 13 and a half minutes long, too, so it wasn't like ridiculous like a Pink Floyd track.
And like Guitar Hack said, it's nice and slow, which is my speed.
Yeah.
It's kind of, And,
Like my brain. Slow like my brain.
What's
Yeah.
up, everybody? Man, all the cool kids are in here.
What? Who?
We got Mitch Heyman all day, all night. The
Like,
Joe
like
Wentz,
the way I set that up for you?
the Joe Wentz Project. We
What?
got Blue Mox again. We got Hack, Guitar Hack. Charles Green, who loves dogs.
Yeah.
John DeShane, who is still I'm Todd. We got all day, all night. Guitar Hack again. Chuck Green, Searching for Tones. Papa Blue. Sandra Picorni, who does all our intros and our shirts, and
Well, basically, she does everything and we just look pretty.
Cushman, and I don't know who else. I guess I don't know.
That R2, R3 guy. Did you mention him?
What the?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
he-
the guy that he got me in trouble.
Oh, what did you do?
I sent
What did he do?
I sent him Ryan's chocolate covered cashews, and I've never heard the end of it since. Oh, John's the guy who's into the. We don't want to talk about this, but we'll go ahead and put that up there. Don't ask. Don't ask about that.
No, let's not even talk about it. Don't even point.
Eddie Frey digs your blinding lime green.
I don't know what, it's yellow. What are you talking about?
Looks
Well,
lime
the
green on
pig
my-
guard's lime green, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Let me get away from the microphone. If only I had two turntables to be in the way as well. And stuff like that.
Oh, dude, don't tell me Pepper's on her last leg. Dude. No,
Yeah.
I can't do dying dog stuff.
Yeah, I know. No, it's a little close to home too. Yeah.
I had my dog, my black lab, put to sleep. Long time ago, and they asked me if I wanted his ashes, and I said, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." And they're like, "Well, there's two ways you can do this. If you want just his ashes, it's like $85, or you can get." Apparently, what they do is they put a whole bunch of dead critters in the crematorium,
So
and then they just scoop out a cup of ashes, and that's like $35. I'm like, no,
No.
gross.
Yeah.
R2 is been a member for 6
what the
months. We haven't
Really?
been doing this for 6 months. R2's the one that asked if we pay him to be here. Bryce is also a 6 month.
Oh my
Yeah, you go.
What's wrong with these people?
They're expecting something.
They're expecting content, aren't they? Damn it.
Yeah, so what happened was Steve drinks a lot, so we had to postpone. No, he went out and bought his
Yeah,
daughter's
water.
he bought his daughter a Ferrari or something because we make so much money on this YouTube thing. It's just
Yeah.
not even funny. So he asked me if he went to a car lot, and he's like me. As soon as you walk into a car lot and the person comes up and says, "Hey, how you doing?" I'll punch you right in the eye. Just leave me alone. There's no way I'm going to a car lot. There's no way. So apparently he bought her something with red leather seats and 4-wheel drive and something like that. So
Yeah. No, she in the 3 months. So her old Acura got stolen. So it took 3 months for the insurance company to figure it out. So when they did finally, with a little persuasion, decide that was the best outcome for the whole scenario.
Yeah.
So she had been car shopping for the entire 3 months while she was without that car. So she knew exactly what she wanted.
nice.
So when we went car shopping last weekend,
Oh, we got
which
Fingers McGee on here too. So
holy moly, Pippa the Ripper.
Tip of the Ripper.
Yeah. But so she knew exactly what she wanted, and she'd already picked out all the cars in all the car lots, and this is where we're going to go. And of course, the whole thing with car lots is it's all bait and switch. So when you get there, you don't have the car they say they have, or
Yeah.
it's nowhere near the condition they claim it's in. And
Oh my God.
So eventually, at the end of all that, she actually tracked down a private sale one, like within a couple of blocks of the last dealer that we were at, and well, let's go have a look. And it was perfect. So just a couple of years old, everything she wanted, low. I was going to say low mileage, but up here it's low Ks.
Ah,
Yeah.
oh,
Just 66,000 kilometers. So about 40,000 miles.
do you know enough about cars? Do you take it to a mechanic to kind of give it a once over, or just drive it?
In a former life, I'm actually a fully ticketed Yamaha motorcycle technician.
No way.
That was my first job out of college.
And you're friends with the guy in Nickelback. Holy shit.
I know, like it's like 7 degrees. It's like, where's Kevin Bacon in all of that?
I'm telling you, I don't. Every time I talk to this kid, it's like, who are you? I don't even. Holy shit. So my
It's like
band,
what I was doing last night. I'm surprised you took that as well as you did.
my band playing with a flock of seagulls has no validity anymore. Yeah, he's like, I'm like, I messaged him about coming on Ryan's show, and he's like, oh, I'm backstage talking to Rudy Sarzo. Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, these things happen, right? Anyway, to the nitty gritty, shall we say?
Yeah, we have kind of
the reason why we're actually here. Oh God, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm pushing buttons and I don't know what it does.
Let me see if I can.
There we go. That's more gooder.
You want me to go to that thing right there?
In a second. Let's just have a little recap about what we were talking about, the little movable chord shapes and stuff last week. Just so that everybody's got that up to speed.
Let me present you. Oh, there you go.
Hi, it's me. Hello. So we talked about that like little 7 shape of the 145, the 3-chord tricks, and how that worked in various places. And it didn't matter where you started. And yeah, it's wonderful. So with the little 2-fingered power chords, you could do that wherever you wanted to. Yeah, I just watched the Sam Kinison one of that this morning.
Oh,
it's
God.
So ridiculous.
God.
It's so decadent.
The 80s needed to die. They really did.
I think they did in that video.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, there are some other shapes you can use. So let's say you want to start on the 5th string. You can do that 7 shape again. Or you can go the other way around. So kind of an L shape. So you can find a myriad of different ways to play these little 3-chord songs. And yeah, it's super easy. You just got to have a little bit of an idea of where the notes are on the fretboard, which now brings us to this next little bit. We're going to talk about some major scales. Good old do, re, mi, so, fa, li, ti, do. That one. I'll even try it in English later. I'm just running these teeth in for a horse. Sorry. Anyway, can you make it bigger?
that's what she asked.
Oh, it's like T-ball, isn't it?
It's just right there, dude. I mean, I could. That's as big as it gets.
Oh, that's again
Wait.
what he said. Yeah, there we are.
Wait, let me see if. Oh, wait, hold on. Zoom out. Oh, I didn't want that.
No. Oh, look at you. That's no. Go back. Scroll back up a bit. That was
Up this way?
yeah. Where it says scales. Let's see that word.
Huh?
Scroll down very slightly.
Are you talking that
There you
way?
go. There you go. There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Look at that. We've got the words
Your
Hendrix.
up and down is different than you're using a metric system. So
Yeah, well, that's the way it works, right? Metric's just better. And all that stuff. Anyway, so we're going to talk about some major scales. And again, the importance of having a bit of an idea of where the notes on the fretboard are. Because, and I had a really stand-up fight with this very serious teacher from Yamaha who had written everything using open strings. And I was like, don't do that. That's dumb.
oh yeah.
And so let's talk about that. So, good old C major. Actually, no, A major is the first one. What am I talking about? So it's this. do, re, mi. And the thing to notice is it's the open A string, so open 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, open D string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, and then 1st fret and 2nd fret. Can we bring the thing back? Okay, but there's now 2 versions of this. So if you notice, I just played the first version. I'm now going to play the second version. And you can hear it's the same notes. So, why? What's the point? The point is the fact that this second version, because it has 0 open strings in it, you can move it around.
Oh. Ah. You're just playing a different
version
key, starting on a different root note.
Did not, yeah. The other one can't do that. So if I took this A scale and said, well, we've learned from our little 2-fingered chords, that's an A chord. So if you figure out, looking at your fretboard map, that 2 frets up is a B chord, and you think, well, I'm just going to take my A scale, and I'm going to move it all up 2 frets, and I'll play a B scale. And this is what happens. Not a B scale.
Sound like
Because,
Quentin
of course,
James. Trying to play a major scale.
So, what has happened, obviously, is I haven't moved the open strings. All I've moved is the fretted notes. So we've still got the open A and the open D string back here. It's a little Jetsony, but, you know, it's not a major scale. So, the issue with this is that anything involving open strings cannot easily be moved around. It can't be transposed into a different key. Whereas this one, if I want to play that in B, and I know it's up 2 frets, C, D, E, F, G, back to A. All right, now back to the page there, Q. So now we have a C scale. C is on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And again, you can hear that beautiful old do, re, mi, so, fa, la, ti, do. And it does actually almost follow the shape of a C chord. Now, here's the second version. And I don't know if you can notice this, but it is exactly the same finger sequence as the A scale. So if you can remember phone numbers, not that anybody does anymore because they're just stored in their phones, but the fingering order is 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And the second version of the C scale started from the 5th string, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4. And again, the first version of the C scale, if I think, oh, I'm going to play it in D. It's kind of fun, little rockabilly, but it's not a C scale anymore. Certainly not a D scale. Horrible. So now we've got a movable shape for the 5th string. And so on.
So the scale, a major scale is ho, ho, half, ho, 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 half. So a whole step, half step, 3 whole steps and a half step. It's a lot easier to see, like, start on the G note on the low E.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go up 1 string and show that exact thing. So going from fret 3, the C scale again. So you call out your intervals and I'll do the movements and do it slowly so I can keep up.
All right. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step.
And what that translates into is 2 frets, 2 frets, 1 fret, 2, 2, 2, and 1. And that's the same notes as this. So, as they say, there's a million ways to skin a cat. Same thing with how you want to play on the fingerboard. And there's many other ways you can play a scale. And to me, the most useful ones are the ones that are movable. So, a lot of the scary licks that you see people play are actually repeated pieces of scales. It's this. All right, so... And that's it. Sounds scary, but it's not hard. So, again, it just comes down to the idea of knowing some of the notes of the fretboard and slowly piecing it all together. It's like it's a grid, it's a jigsaw puzzle, however you want to think of it, but it is not scary, or shouldn't be.
Now, when you're just improvising around, what are you thinking about? Because I'm always thinking about patterns. I'm thinking about where a lot of the time where my target root notes are on every string to try to resolve to hopefully that root note or something that's going to sound a little, that's going to work, as they say. But I play a lot of if you really watch me, I play the same patterns all the time. We're all play our familiar favorite licks, but what do you do you think in patterns when you're
occasionally it's one of those things. The patterns come in the woodshedding, right? The practice, and then the playing is like when you've got past that and you stop thinking of it, kind of thing. So yeah, the patterns are where you start, kind of thing, and then eventually you get to the point where you just kind of think of stuff and it falls out of your fingers, kind of thing. Now it's probably the patterns you've been playing, but you're not really thinking of them in that term. Like you just know they work and they just happen.
Yeah.
So you kind of think of it, and that's what you play. You're not so consciously thinking, okay, I can play this pattern right now. Whereas it's licks. It's because we basically licks are like learning, especially when I'm about to say what I'm about to say. This is going to be really funny. It's like learning to speak or learning to speak from the point of view that it's we learn words and then we learn sentences. We learn how to put them together. And so a guitar solo is like a sentence and the words are the licks.
And you got to throw in your dynamics, which is yelling and screaming and talking softly, and that's tricky too. Like
it's putting humanity into it. So, because you wouldn't want to talk to somebody who talked to you like that, where every syllable was the same volume and the same speed, and you'd punch them in the face real quick. Yeah. And so, don't play like that, because otherwise it just sounds like scale practice. So in the same way as when we're speaking, we'll pause because we're thinking about it, and maybe we'll get a little quieter, and then we'll get excited because we now know what we're going to talk about. And you should play in the same way. It puts the humanity into it. And from that point of view, I think the patterns for me are vehicles to get from one musical idea to another.
Like that last jam we did at the very end, I was on my neck pickup and I got my volume down. Trying to throw some dynamics in there. Because Hack said something about Gilmore, and that makes me think a certain way. Okay, I'm going to throw up on the neck pickup and turn the volume down a bunch. And
you're going to throw up on your neck pickup?
Yeah, hit lightly, hit hard, and try to find an off note. and bend that, trying to get some phrasing out of it, and
well, then you start getting into stuff like tone resolution, which we'll get into, which is where within a scale.
that sounds scary.
It's actually not. Like, play me a C chord. In fact, I'll play the C chord. You play the C scale. I know you know how to play a C scale. Okay, so let's do it one note, one strum at a time, and listen to how the notes sit on the chord. If you know.
Okay.
What I mean, all right.
Yeah.
So here we go. Now, obviously, the C note, being the root of the chord, just blends in.
Yeah.
All right. So now do the D note. So now we have some tension. And the interesting thing about that note is what it really wants to do, what the movement, the melodic movement that it wants, is it wants to go back to the C. So let's play that, and then you just go back to the C and as I let the chord ring.
Okay.
So hit the D and then go back to the C. And that's what it wants to do. It wants to do against the chord. Right? Okay.
Yeah,
so now play the E, which is the third. And again, because it's one of the notes of the chord,
Right.
it just sits in there. It's not very exciting. It's super safe. It's, it's vanilla. All right, now play the F. So this will be the 4. Okay, so lots of tension.
That's the F note.
Okay, now what that note wants to do is it'll do one of two things. It'll either go back to the F, back to the 3, or it'll go up to the 5, up to the G. Well, go from that way. Yeah, so you can see that's actually a little stronger than going to the third.
Yeah.
Because the third, so now we're at the G, which is the 5th, which again is part of the chord, and it's not very exciting. So now we get to the 6.
Oh boy.
Yep. Now the 6 wants to go back to the 5, and then we get to the 7, which wants to go up. And when you're talking sort of theoretical terms to of notes of a scale, the 7th note is often called the leading tone because it leads you back to the root note. It wants to go. So you can actually, if you just played those resolutions, you can instantly write a kid's TV theme.
Yeah.
Like if I just played a C chord, and you went D to C, no, yeah, that way. Okay, then go from F to G, and then A to G, and then B to C. So those are the strongest resolutions. And if I just played like like some happy little 1-4-5 chord progression, those notes would fit everything all the time and sound like you really knew what you were doing. And that's just because they're... So the thing that I like to do when I'm soloing is I like to play the notes that don't... I mean, they're part of the scale, but they're not the safe ones.
Okay.
So one of the notes I'll often start with, like if you were playing an E like we were just doing, so I'll start with the F sharp. And I'll go back to the... So I start with the tension, and then I can release it.
Yeah, I seem to like the in E.
Yep, again, it's the F sharp.
Because I can come up to the...
It's the 2 or the 9, which
Either
makes
the-
it more exciting.
either the G note
Yep.
or just slide back
Yeah,
to that
exactly.
E note.
Just ask John McShane about this. At the handover in that Pink Floyd track, the 19-minute one. It became a thing. Like, I'm going to play this, and then people will know that I'm about to finish. So it's second to minor third, which fits an E minor. So, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Any questions?
R2 says we're hurting his brain.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you can go back and watch this and
Yeah.
and piddle around with it. It's
And my email address is on my channel, so please feel free. Message me, send questions. I'll ignore them. No, I mean, I'll answer them. Right? Are you confused?
I'm trying to figure. I'm confused by this. I thought I had a fly in my head, but no, it was Pat Benatar. I don't.
I'm not sure about that. You want to hit him with his best shot, maybe, to get the fly?
Hack's pretty good at theory too. I pick his
cool.
brain. I pick his brain a lot.
Right on. Right on.
You teach it one time. We
Oh,
both
yeah.
did.
Yeah, I've taught for like nearly 40 years. Almost as long as I've been playing.
R2, I had
I've taught in high schools and stuff. And like I say, I've taught people with degrees in music to how to apply it to the instrument and stuff.
I taught in store, and I also had a public access TV show.
Nice.
It was like
Wayne's World.
It was kind of like Wayne's World, but fairly decent guitar lessons.
Yeah, and without the humor.
Oh, it was pretty good humor, but it was back when you couldn't cuss or anything like that.
Oh, balls.
And like they were half-hour shows, so 5 shows before me and 5 shows after me were either line dancing or like old ladies talking about God, and it's like, oh dear Lord. And then they put me right in the middle.
Well, no, that makes total sense at all.
Okay, we got a question. Is there really a difference between major and minor scales?
Yes.
Do 2 octaves in major band scale. Start 3 frets down. That's the relative from the root.
So okay, so no, that's very specifically a pentatonic question. So yeah, if you're playing like an A minor pentatonic.
Hold on. Okay, there you go.
And then you take that whole thing, because I'm starting with the A on my index finger. If I slide that down, so my
F sharp.
pinky's on the A.
Yeah.
It's now going A to there, A to A. And that gives you root, second, major third. Whereas this was root, minor third, and so on. So yes, there is a difference between the scales, and what changes is initially it's the minor third. So like if you're playing in C, for example, it's C, D, E for major, C, D, E flat for minor. There are lots and lots of different minor scales. Some of them do derive directly from the major scale. Some
Keep
of
talking,
them
I got
do
it.
not.
I'll be back.
Oh, guess what you're doing?
Yeah, I know.
Kick the cables. Don't forget to kick the cables.
I'm going to be careful as I.
So yeah, basically the relative minor scale, which is kind of like what we just did with those 2 pentatonic scales, is also called the natural minor. And like if you were playing in C major, if you played all those same notes but played them A to A, that's now the natural minor or relative minor scale. And what you're getting is a root, a second, a minor third, a fourth, a fifth, a minor sixth, a minor seventh, and a root. But it's all like C major is the white keys of a piano, right? So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So no sharps or flats, no black keys. And then, yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. It's all the same notes, but running A to A. And if you want to talk in modes, it's Aeolian. If you want to talk in scales, it's relative minor or natural minor. And it basically, it is a mode of the major scale because it's the same notes, but just starting from the sixth. So, but anyway, that's getting a little more highbrow than what we were just talking about. But so yes, the difference between like majors and minors is if you're playing more than a pentatonic, then there's more differences, if that makes sense. Because the pentatonic, you can think of what we call a diatonic scale. So that's all of the notes, alphabetically, as it were, like let's say C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. That's a diatonic major scale. The C major pentatonic is C, D, E, G, A, C. It's missing two of the notes out. So you can actually describe a diatonic scale as a septatonic scale, but that just sounds like something that you need an antibiotic for. So we don't call them that. And did you come back for the infection joke?
I heard something, a heptatonic scale or something.
Septatonic, yeah. Because 7 different notes. So pentatonic is 5. Like pentagram, pentagon, whatever.
Right.
So basically a pentatonic scale by definition is a septatonic scale, which is a full scale, with 2 of the notes removed. It doesn't really matter which 2. It would still be a pentatonic. So you can actually mess around with that. You can like make up your own pentatonic scales. So.
Okay. Also, one thing Stephen mentioned was the minor third, right? Or flatted fifth or whatever. Remember, this all comes out of that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Everything's referenced from the major scale in that sense.
So the do ends on a do. It's just like that's an A note. That's an A note. It's just 12 notes. It's an octave higher. Like if I started G and play a major scale up to here, I start in the 3rd fret and I end on the 15th. That's 12 notes away. So I'm 1 octave away. So that's the 3rd note of the major scale. When it's a minor third, you just lower that 1, right? So it all comes out of that the major scale. But I think a lot of people don't understand what do you mean minor third? It's the 3rd note of the major scale. You lower it 1.
And sometimes it's easier for people to kind of grasp it if you treat it not so much major and minor, but just sort of describe them more mechanically, like it's a flatted third.
Right.
Kind of thing. And then it's sort of, okay, so it's 1 fret lower. Okay.
So when he says flatted third, it's the 3rd note of that major scale, flatted 1. That's all. Yep. So it's the 1 pentatonic.
It's very descriptive in that sense, And again, it comes down to that idea that we said last week or the week before. If you know your alphabet from A to G and you can count to 8, you can pretty much figure this stuff out.
So the pentatonic is the 1 or whatever root note you're starting on, and the flatted third. You don't play that 2nd note of the major scale.
If it's a minor pentatonic, it is.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's, man, once you kind of can explain it and you know a couple of basic things, you're like, I just realized years ago, well, that can't be right because that's just stupid simple. I thought it would be, I'd have to get out my protractor and my Etch-a-Sketch, and no, it's not. It just guys like Rick Beato. I'm sorry, Rick, if you're watching this, but you're not. Just makes it too complicated.
I'm just going to respond to a couple of things here. So Randy brings up a good point about the cage system. It's like it's the current buzzword, right? Yeah. Everybody's going on about the cage system, and it does make sense from the point of view that if you know all those chord shapes, the C, the A, the G, the E, and the D, it does give you all the target notes. So if you can kind of visualize the shapes on the fretboard, it does make sense. But there are other ways to learn in that sense. It's not everybody gets the cage system. Certainly not early on. There are times when it's just because we're all different, right? We, in the same way as like I actually studied neurolinguistic programming just to
I'm
sound
sorry,
really,
what?
Yeah, all right, just to sound really stupidly highbrow. So neurolinguistic programming is the idea that everybody is different and we all have a reference language that we use within our language. So English, for example. So people who are visual will use visual words. If you're explaining something to them and they don't understand it, they will say, "I don't see how that works."
Yeah.
If somebody is a tactile, kinetic person, they will talk about how something feels. Oh, that feels wrong, kind of thing. Somebody who's auditory will say that sounds weird to me, kind of thing. And as a teacher, if you can listen to what your student is doing in terms of their references, and then use their language, their code,
that makes
to
sense.
explain it to them, they get it way quicker.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking to somebody who says, "Oh, it feels wrong," and you're going, "Well, look at it," and it's like they're not a visual person. It's like, "Can't you see what it does?" No, they can't.
Right.
Because then they're not that sort of person. So you got to describe it physically for them, and then they get it way quicker. So yeah, from that point of view. Then the other thing was, guitar hacks is less dangerous notes in a pentatonic, and that really is the thing. So, like I say, the definition of a pentatonic is a 5-note scale. Definition of a diatonic is, like say, septatonic scale is a 7-note scale. There are safer notes to take out to leave the 5. But you can be dumb and take safe notes out and leave the dangerous ones if you want. It depends what you want to do with it from that point of view. And that's kind of the fun. That's where it gets creative, because you can take a safe scale like a major scale and decide to leave out like the 3 and the 5. So you're just going to play 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So like you can, and then write around that. It's kind of fun. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, about playing C minor in an open position. It can be done, obviously, but it's an ugly fingering. It really is.
I hate this statement. For the most part, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Actually, you do from trial and error kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if somebody doesn't know, like, theoretically how to explain it. Right. Through experience, they know how it works.
Right.
And that's often the thing when you find players who claim to not know, where the notes are on the fretboard and that sort of thing. They actually do. They may not know what the names are, but they know where they're doing it by ear. And they know that at this fret, this is going to be the right note, kind of thing. They know it through experience.
Yeah, like if Steve told me, okay, we're going to do this track, now play, E Mixolydian or E Phrygian, I would just go, could we do something else? I have no idea. I'll pull up an E Phrygian scale on Google and look at that the whole time and hope to God I'm landing, try to find a root note.
I think it was Mitch mentioned the Locrian scale.
Yeah.
It's no scarier than any other scale, Mitch. It really isn't. It's the 7th mode of the major scale. So if we were in C, it's the note starting from B. So B, C, D, A, F, G, A, B. So it's a B with a flat 5.
That's ugly.
It's ugly. But you can play some fun chords in it.
Fucking hippies.
Yeah. The one that gets weird is the super Locrian, where you flatten the 4 as well. Like there's always another weirder scale. But yeah, it's if you know the individual notes, you can spell it out, and away you go. I've written chord progressions in Locrian.
Wait a minute. A flatted 4th is the same as a 3rd, right?
Well, yeah, but if you've already got a minor 3rd, you can also have a flatted 4th.
So if you've got, I'm thinking major scale.
Yeah.
1, 2, that's a B note. There's the 3rd. If you flat the 3rd, you got a B note, which is already.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know just enough to get me in trouble.
Oh, totally. Just like I know just enough about computers to break them really well. What happens if I push this? Oh, it's on fire. I want to dram another track and we'll get the heck out of here.
Absolutely.
Because I think we're sort of hurtling towards an hour here. And I completely forgot to sync my channel to this. So I'm an idiot.
Well, this is half your channel.
So I'm going to... I know, but this is the dumb thing. Remember I was saying, like, I managed to get logged in on... I've got it on my phone and I've got it on my PC, but I don't have it on my Apple, which is where I do all my streaming from. So we've maybe after we've done this, I need to kind of go through that login for that channel and get it set up so that it's one of my destinations again. So
Blue Mox wants us to change the name of our channel to the
Short Bus Guitar.
Short Bus Guitar Universe.
Well, I'd like
I do
it more.
steal licks from people, if I move on, make my own patterns out of them, and kind of link them with other patterns. I gotcha. Yep. And you have your go-to licks and your go-to patterns.
We all, doesn't matter how long or how short we've been playing, we'll have those like 5 or 6 licks that when we first pick up a guitar, we play them. And it's like, hey, how do you do? Vocabulary kind of thing. And then hopefully you want to be creative enough to then do something else, not just keep playing those 5 or 6. But it's like, we all have that lick that we like to play right at the beginning, like to warm our fingers up and that sort of stuff. And it's just in the same way as when we meet someone, we go, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
That lick that falls under your fingers without thinking about it, that's your hey, how are you doing kind of thing. So
that's why, like, I've got like 10 good licks, and with the wah pedal, it turns them into 20 good licks. So.
I know. And then you add a fuzz and you've got 40, and it's amazing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I know.
So what are we playing here?
I don't bloody know. Were you expecting me to look something up like I said I would?
By the way, happy November. It's November. Jesus. Is it
It's
November over there yet?
Is it the 1th?
The 1th?
It is the 1th. Still the 1th in most places other than Europe and other.
And I think we're supposed to, like, break the clocks tomorrow or next week or something. I don't know.
Why do we have to still do that? It's so stupid.
I don't know. All I know is it starts getting dark at like 1:30 in the afternoon, and I'm confused. And it's so weird because right in the middle of the country, I think it's Arizona, they're like, yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay.
Well,
Did Randy Price hear my phaser yet? Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
He's lucky I don't hook up the yah-yah, which is sitting right up there by the...
All right, I'm going to be nice to you. Let's do a minor thing here. A minor. There we are.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be kind of bluesy, but kind of funky and groovy and bright, it says.
All right.
Are you ready? Oh, that sounds fun.
Wow.
Next week, an evil space ruler seeks the services of a doctor.
Good. Oh, it's gonna be a big night tonight. Hit that curtain.
We welcome you to Guitar Talk Universe.
Okay, Sandra Picorni put that together in like 4 minutes, and it's like, she's just the best, man. It's like, oh my God.
Cool stuff. It's the cool stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I did add a tip jar at the bottom there. If you want to tip some chocolate-covered cashews or something, you can do that via PayPal. I don't know if y'all know this, but Steve and I own and split this channel 50-50. So anything PayPal to Quentin James for this gets all split 50-50. We made him enough money on the last show so he could buy his daughter a new Jaguar. So we appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we each have Lamborghinis now, which is nice.
Yeah,
matching ones.
I used to come home from I remember grammar school, and I was always home in time.
Where you learned to be a grandma?
Speed Racer and Ultraman. That was the shit, man. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming in. We've been on an hour and 10 minutes. It was just like 15 minutes metric time. I don't know how they do that up there. There she is.
Yeah, it's like 3 pounds, 4 ounces or something.
There she is. Thank you, Sandra. You're the best.
Yeah, thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you for putting up with the nonsense, and all that other stuff. So peace, love, and good happiness stuff to you all. Bye.
Okay, are we done?
I don't know, are we?
I don't have an outro, and I can't do the hey, it's Quentin James. See you later. It's got to be.
What could you do?
Where's Ben Tom? Dude, it's good to see your face, man. Even though technically I'm not seeing your face.
Yeah.
Yes. No. This will be.
Normally it's 9 Eastern.
9 o'clock on
6
Fridays.
Pacific.
Oh, I thought he called us a slut. I'm slot. I get my vowels
I'm a weekly
confused.
time slut. Yes.
Okay, kids. Thanks for coming in, and peace, love, and
Adios, muchachos.
barbecue Frito. Oh, how do we stop this? In stream. Okay.